Good evening, sir.
Good evening. And how are you, man? Saturday night. How you doing today?
Doing good, man. We finally cooled off down here. Woke up to 58 degrees. It was fucking beautiful.
About time, brother. It's what, mid-November?
Yeah, and we'll see what happens going forward. So we got another cool night tonight, low 60s, and then by Wednesday, 85 during the day, 75 at night. So yeah, it's fucking South Florida, man.
I hear you.
But I wouldn't trade it for Buffalo anymore. I used to think I would, but I'm not shoveling snow for 6 months.
I never understood. Every time you'd be like, oh, yeah, I'd move back to Buffalo. Are you kidding me?
For the right job, but there's no jobs up there. I would, dude. I don't know. It's a place to visit. That's what I'll say.
Exactly. There's no point in living a place that snows. There's no point.
Right.
Same thing. There's no point in living in a place that's going to burn every year.
No, there's not. And it's appalling that they still can't get that shit fixed.
It's humiliating that they can't get that shit fixed. We're America.
Oh, no, not even that, dude. They're the 5th largest economy in the world. The state of California has a larger economy than fucking Germany, and they can't put out their fires. That's just bad.
Well, no, I mean, hang on. They're doing the best they can. I mean, the people on the ground putting out a fire is nothing easy, and these guys are doing great commendable work. Let's figure out why the fires are starting in the first place. That's where we are. Because if it's the power company, and if it's people being careless and starting fires and not putting them out, or like flicking cigarettes or burning trash that gets out of control, or things of that nature. If it's man-made problems like on the ground, let's fix that. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just feel like they could do more. That's all.
To put the fires out?
No, to stop them from starting. Control burning.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, there's all kind of things you can do. Yes.
Right. But I mean, even on top of that, like, I'm sorry, dude. You have a larger economy than most countries. Yep. Buy some goddamn helicopters and just get more water to drop. I don't know. It seems like I don't know, man.
See, I don't understand why all along the coastline aren't these giant water cannons that can shoot water for miles and miles and miles through the air and just like shoot salt water over the 101 or the 105 or whatever they call the freeway out there.
Yeah, there's a million different ways that they could engineer that shit, and the fact that
there's at least 100.
It's about to be 2020, and these fuckers have been burning for a decade. I mean,
every year.
And I'm not being insensitive. This shit sucks, but it's
terrible.
I don't know.
But it's either a company's fault or it's the people's fault. Figure it out.
I'm sure it's both. I'm sure it's a multifaceted problem, but I mean,
fair enough. Complex problem, simple solution.
Right. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
do something different. Just do something different. Like if it happens, if you have a couple fires that take a while to put out, okay, I get it. You're new to this shit, but they're not new to this. Like this is a continuous thing. You should get better at it. That's all I'm saying. New Orleans got better at hurricanes. I'm just saying. They did. Yeah, they did.
They had a hurricane that wasn't too bad, but it was bad. And then Katrina came. Right. That's definitely not an improvement.
No. After Katrina, they actually did.
When was the last time? When was the next time they got hit with a hurricane?
I had one this past season.
Was it like a? Oh, is that little tropical storm? Come on, bro. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, South Florida. You get hit by Andrew, and then you change the building codes, and
then Michael
high rise. And what?
Michael?
No, that's not South Florida. That was the Panhandle.
That was the Panhandle.
That might as well be Alabama, dude. They don't get anything right except for football.
That was good.
Hey, just saying. No, so anyway, I guess that's a good caveat to our next conversation. So you've seen it, I've seen it, the world's seen it, and we'll watch a clip in just a second for anybody that's been living under a rock for a few days. But this whole Myles Garrett, Mason Rudolph thing,
Steelers and the Browns.
yeah, it's shit's been that. I don't know if you saw it, but
I saw it. I don't even watch football anymore, and I saw it.
Yeah,
I
heard
heard
what blows my mind. Before we roll it, I'm just gonna say what blows my mind about this thing, and you're probably gonna tell me I'm wrong for this, but Mason Rudolph takes a hit. I don't know, a couple, maybe 5-6 weeks ago, and gets knocked clean out. I'll run that one too. I don't know if you saw that one when Mason Rudolph
did not.
Knocked out before he hit the ground, and then this happens, and he just kind of like shrugs it off. I just don't understand. Like, yeah. So I guess I'll roll the clip real quick, and then let's get your feedback. Hold on one second. Let's not do what we did last time. I know you love it. This is great because
it's great.
It gives you opportunities to screw with me on a weekly basis now.
On a weekly basis. I'm just letting you amass it. It's great.
On a weekly basis. It's sweet. All right, here we go. So we'll throw this up here.
Well, he tackled Rudolph. Rudolph didn't like the way that he was tackled. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness.
Now, see, right here, I swear he's trying to tear his helmet off. He almost gets it, too.
Yeah.
And then he gets lifted up.
He does grab for his helmet, and then he does kick him in the groin.
Rudolph's head, and then eventually swings it and hits him.
Yeah, that's where he draws the line. You can't do that.
And then Ogunjobi comes up and hits Rudolph from behind.
And then now he's kicking him in the head. You can't do that either. Like that's not. Headshots are not okay. Come on.
Worst things I've ever seen.
Had he been holding it with the face mask the other way around and caught him with the top side of that helmet and knocked him unconscious, it would ended that boy's season with the hit he took.
It would have split his skull, man. It would have been nasty. There'd be blood. There would be blood.
Those are all legit possibilities. He definitely would have had a concussion, and with concussion protocol after the hit he took a few weeks ago, would have been out for the season. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that. That was bad though, but I mean, like, and I get it. I totally get it.
You're professional. No, there's no excuse. Like, he did you dirty. He did. You pulled his helmet back off, or you pulled his helmet off. You accomplished what he wasn't able to accomplish. Throw it into the stands. Kick it. Like, make him go play fetch for it. Don't hit him with it. Come on, you're a professional athlete. Kids are watching you. You trying to make jersey sales? You trying to get a Nike contract?
He was sorry.
Oh, was he? Oh, he was sorry. Oh, no.
Oh man, it just blows my mind.
Hey, did you do your job today? Did you do your job last time you went to work, like flawlessly, and despite other people accosting you and interrupting and purposefully sabotaging you doing your work? Did you still do your job without assaulting anyone and go home? You did.
Physically, I did. Yes, I did not physically assault anybody.
Exactly. These guys are talking trash to each other. They're verbally assaulting each other.
Right. So I was going to say, like,
I didn't bring. Yeah, no, you're both there. Mm-hmm. He takes it to another level. Who should get paid more? The person who physically assaults, or the person who can maintain composure?
Yeah, I get it.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Come on.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to argue against that. I'm just saying this is the only caveat I'll throw in. Two pieces. Number one, he tried to rip Myles Garrett's helmet off first, and I get it. It still could have stopped there. Okay, I get it. But instead, he gets picked up by his helmet, and then his helmet comes off. At this point, does it behoove you not to go chase down the guy that just ripped your freaking helmet off?
No, it doesn't. He messed up there. He shouldn't have gone after him.
He could have stopped.
He definitely could have stopped. Yep.
So,
he has to get it, and then he's revoked.
Let's turn the tables a little bit, right? Let's say that Myles Garrett is being detained by a police officer, and the police officer tries to take Myles Garrett's gun, and instead Myles Garrett grabs the police officer's gun and then like starts to step away, right?
Okay.
The police officers, right there. I got to flip the script. That's why I did it backwards. Myles Garrett, he's a police officer. And the dude goes for the police officer's gun.
I got you. Yeah.
And the cop pushes him down and steps back, and the guy like rushes him again. Okay. And the cop shoots him.
Okay. What's your question?
The cop. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
I heard your scenario.
It poses I'm just saying, in other situations, the person might be justified for using force.
I'll agree. This occasion, this scenario is unlike any other. It is a very specific scenario in which two professionals are getting paid millions of dollars to play a game nationally televised with children watching and looking up to them as heroes.
Right. I get it. He shouldn't have swung the helmet. I get it. I'm not trying to. Yeah.
What you want to know? The honest truth: when he was pulled on his mask and then kicked in the groin, he should have stopped right there. He should have faked whatever kind of soccer fake injury you got to do. He should have gotten that guy kicked out of the game. Like, he should have made it such a big deal that this quarterback, who is completely protected and safe, reacted in this fashion. Like, that's not okay. He could have made a huge deal out of it and forced the NFL to take rule on it. He could have had the upper hand and looked like a champion. And what he do? He looks like a thug.
He does. You're right. So I guess let's just dissect it like this, right?
All right.
If he doesn't grab Mason Rudolph's helmet and doesn't smash him in the head with it, and he just gets, like you said, he gets his helmet nearly snapped off, and he gets kicked in the groin, and he just doesn't respond at all, then Rudolph is most likely getting suspended.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Why does all of a sudden Garrett bashing him in the head with his own helmet erase the fact that he should have been suspended for at least
because it's so egregious? It makes you go, I didn't see anything else. Did you see him hit him with the helmet? That's all I saw. He hit him with the helmet, right? Did you see him hit him with? I saw him hit him with the helmet. I saw him hit him with the helmet. He took his helmet off and hit him with it. I saw it.
Well, what happened leading up to that? I don't know. I just saw him get hit with the helmet.
Exactly. And so, I mean, if you didn't see it, you'd be like, yeah, he was on the ground and dude was just like pounding him in the face with the helmet. Like, he took his helmet off while he was, and just because you don't know anything else about the story.
Oh boy! So I'm going to show you the other clip real quick before we get.
Oh, where he got knocked out before he even hit the ground.
Yeah. You're going to like this one.
All right.
All right.
Not that we like or condone violence as much as
just because
sometimes it's funny when you see somebody crumble.
He crumbles like a heavyweight boxer, and I just think, like, how much shit is this guy going to have happen to him this season before it's over? You know, things happen in threes, and we've had two. So.
And he just kicked somebody in the nuts. Like,
yeah, so like karma's definitely coming for you.
Karma's coming for you. Even if you don't play that team again, everybody knows you just did
They do. They play each other in 2 weeks.
Come on. Wait, is the Steelers and the Browns, are they like
same division, yeah.
Yeah, but are they rivals?
Oh yeah, they've been playing since since before yeah.
Well, the New Orleans Saints play Tampa Bay.
Well, Tampa's only been around since the 70s.
Okay. How long have the Falcons been around? Was it 68, 67?
I get it, man. But the Falcons and the Saints are
huge rivals.
Right.
Huge rivals.
Right.
And they both have to play Tampa Bay, and they're both like, we're going to beat Tampa Bay because it's Tampa Bay, and they don't have Warren Sapp anymore. and that team they had in the 90s. So we're actually going to beat them this year. And I'm just kidding. I don't know much about Tampa Bay, but they're not the rival of Atlanta and New Orleans.
Yeah. Browns and Steelers are definitely rivals.
Understood.
It's like Dolphins, Bills. It's like Saints, Falcons. Yeah.
Yeah. Which has always been strange to me. The Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
So long, far away, you know?
Well, we played each other twice, and it was Kelly versus Marino for 20 years. And, it's just one of those things. Plus, I don't know.
Who's Kelly?
Ha ha ha! Jim Kelly, motherfucker. All right, here we go.
I love doing that.
Here we go. This is great. I mean, it's not great, but it's pretty.
No.
Yeah, okay, you get what I'm saying.
This is an education quarterback.
Here for the Steelers. Rush coming. Rudolph tries to tuck and run. Gets out of the first wave. Throws on the move. It's complete as he hits James Washington. Mason
It'll come back.
I was about to say that's.
Rudolph is
Oh, look at him! Oh,
Oh, it's bad.
And he is out.
oh, that sucks, man. That is. Whoa! What happened to 19?
There is serious concern.
I don't
right now
know.
for Mason Rudolph.
I think he was crying. Like
What
he
the
was
noise?
like Schuster was crying. Yeah.
Rudolph avoided the
Clip.
sack and then got crunched and went
Oh,
down.
he cried. Oh,
Got hit from the behind by Carr and appeared in front by
man!
Jefferson.
When you see those,
Thomas, yeah.
oh, that's helmet to helmet, huh? Had
Yeah.
to have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you see the hand clench up or do like, you see any kind of hand and arm clench, dude, that's scary.
Mhm. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What?
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, no,
definitely
that's getting knocked out is never good, man. I mean, it's ended so many guys' careers. That's not. But kind of like NASCAR, you kind of go looking to see the race, but you don't want somebody to get hurt.
Yeah.
You kind of want to see the cars get smashed.
I'm not gonna lie. We went to the circus today, and they bring out.
Wait, what? Florida's got a circus? It's not a state fair. It's a circus.
It was at the fairgrounds.
Okay.
Okay, so look,
All right.
we went, and it started off all wrong because like we went early, like way too early, and so like
You went while the sun was up?
yeah, it was at 1:30, but they opened the gates at 12:30, and so we left the house at 11:15 for a 15-minute drive, and then we sat in the parking lot, and then like these, I don't know, dude, it's the craziest shit. People started lining up. I'm like, really? Like, we're lining up for the circus.
What else you gonna do in South Florida on a Saturday? Was you gonna go fishing again?
Yeah, you could watch the Gators. That's a joke. Yeah. Anyway, so we go, you stand there, and like, so then you start seeing this line build, and I'm not talking about like the prize of society. This is definitely not
Oh, I've been to the circus.
the prize of society.
I've
But
been to the circus at a fairgrounds.
there was no tent.
All right, then you didn't go to the circus, man.
It was a circus. It was a circus. That's what I said. We pulled up, and I was like,
Were there acrobats? Were there people
Yeah.
swinging from bars in the air?
There was no trapeze. That was
Then
disappointing.
it wasn't a circus.
It was. They had this fucking thing. They had like two round things. This guy like ran inside one, and the other guy was just going around, and he's jumping and flipping. And they had
Okay,
elephants,
that
and
is-
fucking camels, and horses, and ponies, and a clown that really sucked. But no, so like you don't understand.
I clearly don't. Hold up. All right, so you waited in line to go to the circus. And then how much did you have to pay to get into the circus?
So we paid. We got it on Groupon, so it was $32. But it was at the gate.
Per person?
No, for two. But at the gate, it was $40. At the gate, it was $40 a person. Yeah,
And they don't have a tent.
And then they have VIP, so you can sit in a chair right next to the fucking ring.
Oh, so you can get eaten by the bear?
Instead of sitting in bleachers like 10 feet away. And that was another $20. We did not do that. But that's not the point. The point is like, so the whole reason I brought this up is they brought the ball of death out, the big steel cage.
Okay, you put the motorcycles on the inside.
But 2 motorcycles at the same time.
Yeah, three's the standard, but okay.
But put a third one in there, but I thought that was fucking nuts. I'm like, holy shit. Like,
yeah. That's crazy.
But the reason I'm bringing this up is relating to Mason Rudolph. When the third motorcycle got in there, I was like, oh, they're definitely going to fucking wreck. And I'm just sitting there the whole time. I'm like, let's do this. And then they stopped. They all get out of the cage. And I was like, well, that was a letdown. And I kind of felt guilty. But at the same time, I was like, somebody needs to fucking wreck this.
Yeah. And not for the purpose of anyone getting hurt. It's just like, you're doing this crazy shit. I know if I were to do this crazy shit, I would wreck.
Right.
So y'all need to wreck.
Right.
I want to be able to relate. I want to see myself in the character that's being portrayed.
Right. Exactly. So
just like the bear tamer, like you kind of want the bear to attack him because you're like, the bear would attack me.
Right.
So come on, buddy. Can you run?
Not a real bear.
They didn't have a real bear?
Oh, they didn't have a bear at all.
That's better than not having a real bear. I was I was like, what? What do you mean they didn't have a real bear? They had a dog dressed up like a. Did they have a man dressed up as a bear? What did they have as a fake bear? No bear at all. That's much better. And you don't want to see anybody get mauled by a bear. Bears are ruthless.
But I'm just saying, like, if wild animals don't attack, they're not really wild animals anymore, and it takes. Look, when the lion tamer goes out there and like plays with the lion, and the lion just sits there and purrs, I'm just like, okay, great, you have a fucking pet. Like that, You did nothing spectacular. Nothing you just did was even remotely cool because he didn't even swipe at you once.
Yeah, even your asshole cat will swipe at you once.
Exactly. That's my point, dude. Come on.
And that's his point. He can train a wild animal. You can't even train a house cat.
Dude, they fucking tranquilize those motherfuckers. There's no taming.
See,
you know why?
What
were the 2 people? The guys?
Nick and Russell?
No, you stupid son of a bitch.
Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah, Siegfried and Roy. So Roy timed out the tranquilizer wrong, and look what happened to him. That's all I'm saying, man.
Timed out the tranquilizer wrong.
Yeah, the shit wore off, and the headline was like, the fuck are we doing here? And he went back to being
lion. Went lion on him, yeah.
If it's tame, it doesn't do that. Just saying.
That's a valid point. That is a very valid point. If you trained it, it doesn't do that. Are your cats tame?
Yeah.
Come on now. You let them sleep in your house.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that they're tame, though. I know they're going to swipe at me sometimes, and I smack the shit out of it, and it stops.
So could you smack a lion hard enough to make it stop?
No, that's why you need tranquilizers, man. I'm just saying, like, how do you even train a lion? That's what I want to know.
Patience and a boner, maybe.
How do you make elephants do circles? Like how do you make the baby elephant hold the mama elephant's tail and then they stand up on their hind legs and shit? But is there a possibility of a stampede? I mean, like, what happens if that elephant decides that he's done with this circle shit?
I don't want to think about it. Like, that's death. That's immediate death.
Yeah, probably so.
But I've also heard that if you get a baby elephant, if you get a baby elephant and you put a bracelet on its leg and a stake in the ground, and you connect it to a stake, and as a baby it can't walk away from that stake, like just a little wooden stake, and like this, the cuff on its ankle, and it knows that it can't get it. Like, it will remember that so much that as an adult you can put a little stake in the ground and it will hold the lion in place because he knows that he can't break that chain.
Okay.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
I don't know if that's true, but I read that somewhere and I hope it is.
And that's what separates us from the animals.
From the elephants?
Just any animal.
What? Because we have the internet?
No, because if you could chain my ass up as a baby to a stake, by the time I was 5, I'd realize that I could pull that stake out and be gone.
Really? Somebody gave you a computer 20 years ago and you ain't got off it yet.
But I don't want to. Desire and necessity are two separate animals, man.
Indeed. So are humans and elephants.
There you go. Exactly. All right. So we have that. Anyway.
On that note.
The good part is my daughter had a great time. That's all that matters. Fucking
That's good. She wasn't she wasn't judging the no tent circus.
No, well, she's never been to a circus. I never have either, but I knew it wasn't right. See, that's the difference between an adult and a child.
Knowing the difference?
Well, no, I've never been to a circus either until today. And so, like, my mom even joked, she was like, "Oh, you'll get to see it through kids' eyes." And I got there and I was like, "This is not right. This ain't right. Like, this is not right." And
no, that'd be like never having seen professional wrestling, and then as an adult, you're like, "Yeah, I want to watch. I'm gonna go to a wrestling match."
Mm-hmm.
And you go and you watch it. You're like, did he just swing right in front of his face and not hit him?
Right.
Did he pull out a razor blade and cut his chin so he could bleed? Mm-hmm. Is that a ketchup packet?
Oh, I was like, no, I don't have ketchup. I get what you're doing now.
Funny guy.
Oh, geez. But yeah, so anyway, she had fun. We'll run down the tally. It's like $21 for her to ride an elephant.
Nice. And you put your infant child, your baby, your love, your pride and joy, your only offspring on a wild animal at a circus with no tent, and you paid money to do this after you paid admission to get in there? That's what you're telling me? You paid additional money to put your daughter in harm's way?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Because
we just spent 20 minutes talking about how wild animals can't be tamed.
Oh, dude, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to make a kid happy.
What?
Yeah.
You're gonna justify it? Like, I almost killed you today, but you wanted it.
She wanted this bubble blower thing, and that was probably like 15, but we didn't get it because it was a shitty toy.
A shitty toy that was not going to risk life and limb, and you could just put in the trash and she forget about it. You know what? She forgot about this too. She'll never remember riding on that elephant.
I know. I've told you this before. I don't think you should celebrate birthdays or Christmas until a kid's 5.
Why would you ever start?
Well, I'm just saying if you
can keep them off of it for that many years and like get away with it, like just you won.
But they don't know.
Exactly.
But then they know.
I mean, you didn't.
Look, I'm gonna say this, and this is all I'm gonna say. Celebrating Christmas and birthdays for a kid before they're 5 is selfish. You're just doing it for yourself.
Okay. How many times have you celebrated your daughter's birthday?
3 times.
Dude, I think I could be wrong, but I think you're batting 1,000. So
yeah, doing pretty good. So anyway,
for real, I've been there too, and I know what you mean. Not with kids and birthdays, but like coming to the realization after having done something that like I shouldn't have done that. How long have I been doing that?
I got a better one for you.
Better? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So afterwards, we're leaving
the circus,
the fair circus.
Do they call it the no top?
No, they called it. What was it? It was Garden Brothers Circus. Yeah.
Garden Brothers.
Yeah.
It wasn't like.
Wait, is it Garden Brothers? Yeah, that's it.
Like, was it like maybe Italian, like Giardini?
No, it's Garden. Because they even said it like after the admission. They were like, "Please take your seat. Garden Brothers Circus is about to begin."
Garden Brothers Circus is about to begin.
Yeah, right.
They'll be up in Pensacola next Tuesday.
You know what the real disappointing part was?
You haven't mentioned the real disappointing part yet? Okay, please tell me.
We didn't realize they had alcohol for sale until afterwards.
That's your fault. I mean, that's not like you went somewhere in Florida that adults are expected to take kids, and you thought there wasn't alcohol for sale.
Right. It's on
You
me.
can't even go to Chuck E. Cheese without buying a beer. Like it's mandatory. You walk in and they're like, "Oh, how many kids you got?"
I don't drink at Chuck E. Cheese. I feel like it's just not right. Like you're that guy. Like, I don't know, man. Something about beer at Chuck E. Cheese just like screams pedophile. I'm just saying. It's like
if you
you're
went
not
there,
here with a kid.
the only thing that screams pedophile at Chuck E. Cheese is going to Chuck E. Cheese
and not drinking a beer.
and not having any kids with you.
Well, that too.
Because like I almost on accident did that. Buddy of mine was like, "Man, I'm taking my kids over to Chuck E. Cheese, man. We can drink at the bar." And I'm like, "I'm not going to Chuck E. Cheese and not taking not if I don't have kids. No, not even if they're your kids. Not even if they're kids. I'm not going there with you with your kids. That's not happening. I don't have kids. I'm not going to Chuck E. Cheese." He's like, "Dude, you're making this way out." And I'm like, "And you want me to sit at the bar and drink? Like you're at some point, you're going to have to go somewhere with one of your children, and I'll be sitting at the bar by myself, drinking beer, watching kids play games and animatronic rodents sing songs to them."
Look, let me tell you, this is a rule of thumb. Nothing screams Amber Alert more quickly than sitting at the bar at Chuck E. Cheese and having the person next to you say, "Which one's yours?" "Oh, I don't have kids."
Right. No, my friend is in the bathroom. He has 2 kids here. Where'd y'all meet? Tinder? Right. Or what's the other one? Like, no.
Yeah, that's funny. So anyway, I was rewarded with this nugget,
but all I'm going to say, and again, I don't have kids, but if you can buy beer there, anywhere you take your kids, you can buy beer. I promise you. I bet they serve alcohol at the zoo. I bet they do.
Yeah.
You know why I don't know?
Museum,
huh?
They don't at the Science Museum, though. It's for kids, man. They got like a kids play area and shit. It's not like a adult.
Then where's the adults stay here while if it's a kids play area, there's somewhere where the adults go. That's where the alcohol is sold.
No, the zoo. I mean, it's in the same property as the zoo, so I guess technically you could. No, I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
Wait, it's in the Science Museum is in the same property as
next to it. Yeah, it's like
you get entry like 2 for 1.
No, of course not.
Well, then you're not leaving one and having to pay a re-entry fee or having to pay to get into 2 places just to drink.
Well, no. So look, when you have kids, something happens. And that something is that whatever your kid likes to do, you just get an annual pass for.
Sure. Fair enough. Okay. So you can just hop back and forth like, no, I got the pass.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'd leave my kid at the Science Museum in the kids' play area. I feel like it's kind of a pedophile hangout too. Like, because you could go there, legitimately go there and have an excuse for not being there.
Fair enough. Yeah. It's not a Chuck E. Cheese.
But they don't like stamp your hand with a fluorescent stamp like Chuck E. Cheese does. Like, when's the last time you went to Chuck E. Cheese?
I was probably 7.
Yeah, now when you go in, they stamp your hand and your kid's hand with an invisible stamp, and when you leave, they check them both. That's the world we live in now.
Good for them. No, yeah, I mean, it's. But you're right. That's the world we're living in. I mean, there's a bunch of weirdos out there, man.
Yeah. So back to what my daughter told me today.
Oh wow! So. Go ahead. All right. So you went to the circus, and then you told me the weirdest thing about the circus, and now you're going to tell me what your daughter said, which I got to presume is going to top you not even knowing that they sold beer at the circus.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty bad.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a doozy. Nick's bringing full gas tonight.
So afterwards, we go, like on the way home, we decide to stop by a store to pick up a few things. This is before grocery shopping. This is just a store. And I've finally convinced her to like get inside the buggy, but she wouldn't sit down. She's being a little asshole. And that's what 3-year-olds are, man. They're assholes. Yeah. Because she knows what she's doing. You can't convince me she doesn't. So anyway, got her in the buggy and she keeps standing up. And I was like, sit down. And like, she would sit down and then she'd stand back up. And after like 3 or 4 times, I was like, Ariana, I'm not even playing right now. You need to sit down in your cart. And she sits down and she looks back at me And she goes, I'm not playing, Daddy. Go scratch your nuts.
What? And you're in the store, not the grocery, but you're just at the store?
Yeah, like Target. Like, yeah.
Dude, that's hilarious. She's gonna say that to like a teacher or something, man.
I know.
You're gonna get in trouble, dude. Somebody's gonna call defects on you, bro. That's not okay.
I've never said that to her before.
Where is she hearing that, dude? Is she watching like soap operas with your mother-in-law?
I mean, I'm sure I've scratched my nuts before.
But were you? I am scratching my nuts. I mean, like,
No,
it's
but
not
at
like
least they understand what they see.
okay, sure. She could tell you to go vape. She could tell you to go drink a beer. She could tell you to go scratch your face. You scratch your chin a lot.
Yeah.
You probably scratch your chin more than you scratch your nuts during this broadcast, which stands to reason. You probably scratch your chin more than your nuts in front of your daughter. You probably picked your nose in front of your daughter. Go pick your nose, Daddy. No, that's not what she said. She said go scratch your nuts. She didn't even say balls. And you'd probably be like, oh, my nads itch. You probably would have even said nuts.
Well, I don't say it. I don't sit there and be like, I'm scratching my nuts. Like,
But now, here, you know what the crazy part is? Now you have said it, and you know she heard it.
no, that's not what I'm saying. They start to figure things out. And that's when the real fun
Fair
begins.
enough. Fair enough. Then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because you've got apparently a smart kid that's going to figure out all your weaknesses.
Yeah.
Dude, you're going to have to call. You seen the episode of South Park with Caesar Milan?
Yes, I have.
Okay. That's going to be like, ooh.
I have.
You're going to have to. You see, when you bit him on the neck, he knows the control.
That reminds me of the Bill Burr segment that he was talking about his dog, and he's like, can't figure out why his dog's always like going at people on the street.
Mm.
And he calls like a dog whisperer. You've heard this, I'm sure.
Maybe go ahead with it.
Yeah, he calls a dog whisperer, and the guy comes over and like watches him like interact with his dog, and he's like, "Do you always do this?" Because like he basically like he takes his dog for a walk, and then they go upstairs and they like race to the door, and then like they wrestle. And the guy was like, that's not okay. Like you've basically taught your dog to fight for its territory and then defend it. So, like, he said like he's so the dog's picking up on his vibes, like they're walking down the street. And he knows that the dog's been attacking people, so he starts to get nervous when somebody approaches, and like so he does this whole thing. He's like the dog's looking up, like who? Him? It's like fucking.
Okay.
What's wrong? I can sense it. I can sense something's wrong. Who? Him?
I have heard that. That's hilarious. Yeah.
Anyway, got a little off topic, but yeah, that happened today. So I think I'm going to start posting her videos because she's ridiculous.
Did you get that on camera?
No. After that, I told Misty, I was like, I need to get I definitely need to have a GoPro like strapped to my head 24/7 now.
Yeah, or like a body cam, like police.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You got to have something. Although she'd probably be like,
you're right. Oh shit. Yeah, it's getting interesting, man. It's definitely getting interesting.
that's awesome, man. Who would have ever thought you'd have been married with a kid by now, man? With a kid.
It just got real.
It got real 3 years ago, but I mean, like it did, like out of nowhere, it was just like it just got real.
Mm-hmm.
We're adults now. Like I'm not, but you are.
Yeah, no, just out of the blue. So fucked up.
But that's a good. The incredible stories. That's a good place to end it, and a good way to say, you can do anything you want to do.
Even tell your dad to go scratch his nuts.
Even have a kid so that your kid can tell you off like, I'm not playing, Daddy. Go scratch your nuts. If that's what you want out of life, you can have it. And you know that if Nick wanted kids, he wanted a little fucker that was going to fuck with him and make him laugh all the time. So much so now he's talking about buying a camera and strapping it to his head. a GoPro. He said he's going to put on his head.
Yeah. Yep.
You know why? Because that's what he wants. He wants to be entertained all the time. He manifested that child and made it happen. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. I promise you. Children, adults, all the same. You have the power. Make it happen. We're doing a podcast. Come on. Nick, always a pleasure.
All right, bro.
See
Peace.
ya.
Always fun.